There you are.
Okay, we are live
There
on
you are.
YouTube. Okay, so we are back. And the next item on the agenda under new business is the approval of candidate packets. I will provide a review of that real quick. I know everyone has these printed. So basically what I did was I included the election calendar for the candidates to provide deadlines and things like that that are needed, especially for the campaign finance statements, because that's a big one. And then the declaration of candidacy, the form itself. Then a form to acknowledge that they have received the campaign finance statements. We also included for this one, or for the first time this year, is the appointment of campaign treasurer form. So that's included in the packet for candidates. Then the campaign finance forms themselves. I went ahead and included the first statement, second statement, as well as third statement. And because of the amendments that were made to the code recently, ordinance number 931 has also been included, so that way any candidate can review that. So we just need approval of the candidate packet if everyone is okay with it as is.
I have a question.
Sure.
Looking at the declaration of candidacy, why doesn't the candidate have to put their address on this?
Declaration of candidacy.
I know when they do campaign finance, they do, but to me, the beginning part, to make sure they're in the city and everything else, I would think you need their address.
Well, it says a resident of.
Right, that's where
Should their
the
complete address be there?
So that's actually where the address would go.
Yeah,
So what I could do is I could add in a little wording right below the line that actually specifically says address, because I could see how that could be confusing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or who
Yeah.
resides at, you could, who resides at, and they could fill that in too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will definitely include that.
Okay. That'll work.
Any other concerns?
I have two things. I don't think we necessarily need to address either of them now, but I would put, because really it's too late in many ways, but I would put on for a future meeting. Hold on, I have everything on my computer, so I have to read it. Though I think this was a change made by, I think by the city council, but if I understand correctly, they changed it that you don't need a treasurer if you're not taking contributions.
Right.
But it came out that you also, it means that if you are making expenditures, you don't need a treasurer either if you're not taking contributions. Again, I don't think none of these things are the end of the world, but I think that if somebody who is going to be an elected official is, I think they should declare where their campaign expenditures are going as well. I don't think this is anything we need to change, but we can put it on for a future recommendation. Come up with a bizarre scenario where, I don't know, a candidate, a very wealthy individual decides that their expenditure is going to be $1 million to the company of the mayor or something stupid like that. According to the way it's written, they don't have a treasurer who is signing off on that because they didn't take a contribution.
Right. And so yeah, that is definitely something we can address in the future. And I had another thought with that. I forget what it was. Kind of left my mind.
Did that come up at the council meeting?
Yeah, this was discussed at the council meeting, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Oh,
Like
it
that little
was.
square.
Yeah,
Like,
the
check
slurs
something
that were added on the contribution form.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a block to check there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we could definitely take a look at it in the future, and we could see, since we have the new this is what I was gonna say. Since we have the new campaign finance forms, what we can do is we'll do like kind of like what we did with the last election. Following that election, we can then
review.
take a look at everything, see how it
Mhm.
worked, because we'll
Yeah.
definitely probably need to tweak some things.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to bring it up. And I have one other thing also for future notice. I wonder if in section 5D, we actually made a mistake in our wording. It's the second to last page. Sorry, I have it on my computer, so I'll read it.
Okay.
5D,
5D, it's the second to last page of the packet.
the one that said campaign statement filing. That one?
It
Yeah,
must
that's
be
D.
Ordinance itself.
Section 5.
section 5. The second to, section 5 is, be it further ordained and enacted by the mayor that section 14 is amended as follows. And then we have the new wording about the clerk of again, it's the second to last page.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
The one thing, section D, did we mean to so section D about the absentee ballot, and again, it's a minor point, nothing we need to address right now. But we said at least 24 hours before the election,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't we mean the day before?
Yes. So
Because I actually wonder if at least 24 hours, since our election's on a Tuesday,
Mhm.
that would mean before the start of business on Monday, which means that they couldn't request a ballot until after Friday. And as I recall, didn't we think if someone had to have surgery the next day, they could come in, get a ballot for Shannon, vote, and leave?
Correct. So
I wish we said the day before. And, it doesn't say when, 24 hours starting when, so we could say I think we could still do it. You could just say, well, the close of the election.
yeah, let me talk to the city attorney about that. I'll double check with her on that. 'Cause
I don't think we need to fix it now, I mean, by any means, but I don't think that was what we meant.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing for the future, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Hours. Okay. Yeah, and I'll double check with her too to make sure that we can still do it on that Monday prior
Yeah.
I previously discussed. I think what she was trying to do there was pretty much make it into to where it was more generic. So that way, if the day of the election itself
Yeah.
ever changed, then that would be more generic kind of language, I believe, but I don't want to say for sure.
Yeah. There must be a way to phrase it, up until close of business the day prior or something.
Right.
I think that's what our intent was, because I remember we had the example we gave
Yeah.
is somebody suddenly has to have surgery.
Correct.
Yeah,
I just think
remember
the
discussing
phrasing just was a little odd. So
Yeah, we
Mhm.
definitely want it for emergency situations.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Any other concerns? Well, then can I have a motion for approval of the candidate packet?
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's been passed.
Okay, and then the next item would be the voting of the co-chair.
Okay. Susan?
Okay. I would like to nominate Michael Toll to be co-chair of the election board.
I second it. Any discussion?
Oh, the overwhelming power.
So Michael Toll is co-chair.
Aye. Do we have to go
I
aye?
think you have to vote it, don't you?
Yeah, we have to
All
vote
in
on it.
favor?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And it's passed.
Okay.
All right. So the next item would be the unfinished business, which I do not have none. The next one would be other matters. Does anyone have other matters they would like to share? No?
I
No,
Okay. Well, if
I just hope that COVID is cleared up by May 11th.
Oh, yeah, that is an interesting thing. What is if for some, I'm hoping they have jabbed me 6 times by then, but yeah, will we have to make provisions if for some reason there isn't sufficient immunity by then?
yes, so
Mm.
we will definitely take a look at that. The
Okay.
city attorney already added in language for mail-in ballots in case we do need to take that route. So that's actually something I'm going to explore even more.
Okay.
And then I thought we could discuss at our next meeting. So
Okay.
we'll definitely get together and get a date for that for our next meeting and see what everyone's schedules are like.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, so I wanted to get some feedback again from other municipalities on that. Like we did with some of our other items, because I don't know how, I'm sure everyone's in the same boat we are, so.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm hoping, I am so hoping we are over this by May, but
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
my.
very borderline for, depending on, your age or situation. So I know
Yeah.
I'm on the border of whether I would be, so,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we want to keep everyone safe, so,
no
yeah,
one knows. Yeah.
yes.
okay.
So we're definitely gonna take a look at that and we'll
Okay.
definitely discuss
Good
that,
question.
what we should do and how we should handle it, because we definitely need to have, I think we should definitely have some scenarios in place.
Mhm.
So that way we can take the proper precaution, make sure we have the proper gear, whatever is necessary.
Mhm.
I know the county, I'm sure, did this I vote, they obviously, so we probably could look at what they did to some extent too and get some
Mhm.
advice.
Mhm.
Absolutely, yes,
Were
yeah.
any of you judges oh, you were,
Correct.
Wendy. Okay, so
We
we
had
have,
to wear a
I was
mask.
also.
you
and
were,
then we had to wear that clear shield.
okay.
But then they stopped it and said you can wear the mask or the shield, which I thought was strange. So I ended up wearing an N95 mask and a shield, and you had to wear gloves, and you were constantly re-cleaning everything.
Oh, my.
Right.
Hope
And
don't
I
do that.
I worked at Pleasant Valley Fire Department,
Yep.
and the guys out there, not knowing that they weren't going to be able to have any banquets or anything going on in there, they had made these great big huge pieces of well, I called them shields. I don't know. They were real thick,
Lucite.
I guess like plexiglass or something.
Plexiglass, yeah.
And they were great big huge, and they were in a frame, and they sat those in front of each one of the election judges.
Oh, very
So
nice.
you had this in front of you. It was with people wearing masks and you wearing your mask. And with that, it was very difficult to understand
Mhm.
Mhm.
what the others were
Mhm.
saying, but it really worked.
Mhm.
And like what Wendy said, you were constantly, cleaning. And when they came in to vote, they were given a little plastic bag that had their I voted sticker and
Oh, I
their
got
pen
that.
in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, that was your pen to use, and you didn't use any other pen.
Okay,
Mhm.
And
All
nobody took it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took it home with them.
okay.
Shannon,
sure this is a-
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
No,
I
I
was
was just gonna
gonna
say, this
say
is a
what-
future meeting discussion, that's all.
Yeah, I was going to say, when should we come together again? Do you?
Well, why don't everyone take a look at your schedules after the first of the year? Let's get through the new year.
Okay.
And then we can definitely revisit that. It'll give me, I'll take some time and
Yeah.
see what else I can find out, reach out to the county, as well as the other municipalities and kind of get some feedback as far as what they're thinking as well.
Okay, so you'll let us know.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
usually there's a lot of elections going around the same time we have our election. So
Mhm.
I know everyone's probably thinking what they're going to do as well. So I'm sure we have
Okay,
really good ideas.
good. All right.
All right.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone.
Right. Happy
you.
New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Safe, healthy New Year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys very much. And I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Don't we need a
Thank you.
motion to adjourn?
Yes.
I move to adjourn.
And I second it.
We're
All in favor? Aye.
Bye.
All right. Take care.
guys. Bye.